Welcome to the Passion to Payday podcast.
We are your hosts, Becky Sampson and
Heather Laughter.
This is where stories turn into strategy and passion turns into profit.
Every episode, you'll hear how everyday women build real income doing what they love and how you can too.
Turn your passions into paydays. Welcome to the show. Yay!
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. So I'm Becky Sampson and
Heather Laughter.
Heather Laughter. And yes, you're like going, another podcast? Are you serious? But I have to tell you, we have an amazing story to share with you. We were going to go live with one of our first attendees today, and then she ended up having to reschedule. So we decided to come on and kind of give you a background story of how this came about. Because
what the heck you're doing now, Becky Sampson and Heather Laughter? What the heck you guys doing?
And the funny thing is it all connects, right? Because that's the most important thing is when you're doing marketing and when you're doing businesses, it needs to connect. So Heather, take us back to like last week, we got together. Some of you had seen that we had done our mentoring moment in the car because Heather and I got together. We live about 2 hours away from each other because we went to a mentoring, no, I shouldn't say it's mentoring, but it was a
Wise Women Mastermind Conference. And yes. So great. We met some of the most amazing women and we're so excited. There were 75, 80 people there. Mm-hmm. And we were so inspired by, if you were there, we were inspired by you. And we were so excited to learn more about you. And we were so curious about like how you guys got started and how you are actually making a profit from your passion if you are. And what was really stood out to me was that these women were passionate about what they're doing. Yeah. And I loved that. And in the event, we were talking about marketing and different ways to come out. And somebody was talking about a podcast and I looked at Becky and I said, well, we're going to do a podcast.
And I was like, what? I already have a podcast.
And I said, yeah, but you don't have one with me.
I know. And so as we were leaving the event, first of all, let me just tell you, both Heather and I have been to a lot of events and we were so impressed with the Wise Women Mastermind group. So if
shout out to April Hyatt. April, you do an amazing event. We're so impressed.
It was so cool. And when this was literally at the end of day one. Okay. It was a 2-day event, the end of day one. And Heather and I ended up in the same table, which is not normal because, they like to put everybody, but anyway, she's sitting next to me and she's like, we're going to start a podcast. And I was like, what are you what? So on the way home, as we were talking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, which is to showcase other people's businesses and do just a quick 10 to 15 minute interview and let people know. And then I was like, Heather, we both have really good reaches on social media. And sometimes when you're starting a business, you don't have that, or maybe that's not your thing. And Heather and I have been in this business for how long, Heather? Have you been doing this?
19 years for me, 16 for you. And we met 16 years ago.
At a networking event.
Yes. Yeah. Just like similar to that one, although only not quite as cool.
I know. Well, the funny thing is that also at that same table, I just want you to know where the pink came from, because at that same table, we had an expert that was teaching us how to use AI for our advantage in making, headshots and things like that. So we put, our information in there, and all of a sudden I look over and Heather's like has this gorgeous picture of her, right? That's in pink blazer. And I was like,
hot freaking pink for a reason, baby.
I know. And so then next thing you know, we like head home. On the way home, we were like, okay, we've got to come up with a name. We've got to come up with a platform. We've got to be able to have so that these ladies can actually sign up to be on our podcast and to be able to be featured, because that's the biggest thing. And then we started brainstorming. And next thing I know, we were up to like 1 o'clock in the morning.
At least, I think it was at least 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And we branded everything like this, Passion to Payday. We're going to actually be showing at our event, talking about the power of AI when it comes to your, things are speeding up so fast. Talk a little bit about that, Heather, because
so fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah. AI, it's mind boggling. And we're not diving too deep on it at our event just because there are some real basic do's and don'ts with AI that I think a lot of people are kind of ignoring. And there's some real power with AI that people need to harness, or women especially. We can harness this for our businesses. And anyway, so we will be going over that at our event. And that was the other thing we were thinking. We're doing this amazing Stop the Insanity event. Part of the insanity that we have seen is that, ladies, I love you, but you're hiding. And we get to stop hiding because you have something amazing to offer, and we want to help you get it out there. So that is a big part of it, and that's one of the reasons I'm super excited. I put this on my my goal list for 2026 last year, and unbeknownst to Becky,
to start a podcast.
Yes, that was on my list.
I can't tell you how many people have come to me because I've been doing that for 16 years. Really, I started in radio, then I went to internet radio, then I went to blog talk radio, then I went to interviewing people through the phone line. I don't know if you remember that, like where we had recorded phone lines.
I think that you have interviewed me on almost every one of those platforms. Even TV. You even did TV.
Even when I went to Hawaii and did a TV show, and I had Heather on that one as well. So I mean, we've been, and really when we got together and we started seeing and really recognizing and having this conversation, like, why in the world are these very highly successful, highly talented, highly certified women that want to get their coaching programs off, or mentoring, or service providers, any of that kind of stuff, trying to get it out there? And one of the biggest things that you struggle with is marketing and understanding how to get it out there, how to connect with your right fit client. And I said to her, I said, we need to just stop the insanity. Like, we need to stop this nonsense and really get clear about who we serve, clear with our messaging, clear one offer, one clear offer.
Solid offer. And that has been what I started doing a while back. I created the Signature Offer Studio, and I've been creating offers for, gosh, we started 10, 12 years ago doing that together, huh, Becky? And I've been doing that in my coaching for a long, long time because I've always known that is the way to success as a coach. And I was watching an interview this morning, and the guy said, do you know that coaches and mentors in this industry have an average of 12 offers? It's a mess.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason. I believe that's the reason why it's, and we've been at some recent things where it's been a lot of offers. And so when people have too many choices, they don't have any choices. So we're here to really help. If you are a mentor or a coach or someone who has started a business, you might have been in business for a while, but you really haven't dabbled into the high ticket offer. That way, I can guarantee you may want to clear your schedule for May 13th through the 15th, because Heather and I are going into studio. You can do it from home because it's virtual, but we are going into studio to be able to teach you for 3 days. We're going to be crafting, and we're going to be getting clear, and we're going to be getting into our heart space and getting into understanding who we really want to serve.
Exactly. And you know what, right now, one of the reasons that we are even doing this podcast is it's about you.
Yeah.
We want to serve you. A lot of podcasts out there, I would say probably a good 90-95% of them are about the podcast hosts and their business and what it is that they do and how they can best help you. That's not it. This is about you. We want the world to hear about you. So that's the podcast. But Stop the Insanity event will help you get more clear on your offer than you've ever been before. We always recommend have one offer, 2 at the most. And so we're going to help you get super clear on what that offer might be and how best to market it. We're going to touch on AI. We're going to touch on sales. We're going to touch on intuition, because guess what? We are not blam, blam, bro, make $1 million tomorrow, because that's just, you know what? It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I get it. It doesn't plop in your lap. And so we're going to do everything we can to make sure we're promoting you.
Because guess what? You're kind of a big deal. You're going to hear the story of what the whole backstory of how that came about is, because I truly, truly believe every single person is so important, and your story matters and your passion matters. And it was given to you because you need to go out and get there and get out and touch the people that you are meant to touch.
And your people are waiting.
They're
waiting for your message. They're waiting for your movement. They're waiting for you to help them.
Absolutely. And we're here to help you. We're doing that whole thing. So if you're in that space, if you're open to it, May 13th through the 15th, go to, actually, I've got a little banner here. Go to register at stoptheinsanityevent.com. And by the way, prices
go up today. At midnight, right? Is that midnight? Yep. Yeah. So please register before midnight. And the price is double.
I know, tomorrow. 47 to 97. So we just want to make sure we get this out there. Also, be on the lookout for the Hot Pink Girls. We are going to be live several times this week and the next week and beyond, interviewing people, coaches, and mentors. And so if you'd like to be a guest on our show, if you want to get exposure, because both Heather and I have worked very hard to get a great social media presence, we're here to serve you and allow you to get some exposure that way. So reach out to us and we can get you. And also, I think it's in the show notes if you want to be able to apply to be considered as a guest on our new podcast called Passion to Payday. Can you believe it? It's amazing.
I can't believe it. It's so exciting. Okay, everybody, we love you. Talk to you later.
Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Passion to Payday podcast.
If you're overwhelmed, spinning your wheels, and not seeing the income you want, there's a good chance you're undercharging for what you do.
We're going to change that. So join us live at our upcoming virtual event, May 13th through 15th, where together we'll build your high ticket offer so your passion finally pays you back.
Save your spot today,
because your passion deserves a payday.